Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University online video session. Today we are going to initiate the topic of unit number 8, which is in continuation of part 1, where we had discussed the essay form, the essay that was written by Sir Arthur Helps. We are in continuation with third year BA ENGM 308. The paper number is 308. The paper's name is The Study of Essays. So let us start our work. Look, you can see the topic, Unit 8, Part 2, on the art of living with others. How you can live with others, how you can stay with others, how you exist with others. That becomes a very important part for a social person, for a civilian, for the person who is related in the formal fields as well as in the professional fields. So here Sir Arthur Helps, he wishes to discuss about the art of living with others. Let's talk about the essay, the part 2 of the essay, because we discussed the author and his details in part 1, and now we are on the verge of understanding the part 2. I am in front of you, Dr. Ushma A. Bhatt from the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. Let's start our work. The essay on the art of living with others, how you exist in the society, how you exist in the group of people, how you exist with your friends, relatives, co-friends, helpers and other people, those who are in the surroundings or those who are with you, moving and living together. What is the main role of the community existence? That is what is going to be discussed over here in this essay. Sir Arthur Helps' essay on the art of living with others. Previously, we had seen in the part 1 how he had been in the field of literature and who he was, what is the period of time 1813 to 1875 that we discussed. There are 2 quotes which were taken in the previous session, which I had again repeated over here because you need to write the quotations. They are very important to make your answer the stronger one. That's why I repeat the quotes here. Every happiness is a hostage to fortune. So look, he is a philosophical person. He shows the ideas of philosophy in this quotation over here. And another quotation that is also the same about routine is not organization any more than paralysis is order. So if you think that everything is a routine, there isn't any change in the regular day-to-day life of a people, then of course it becomes the boring one, and it happens that it becomes paralytic because there isn't any change. Change is important. Change brings newness. Change brings incentives. Change brings happiness. Change brings growth also. That's what change is. Change is a very important segment in the life of a person. That's what he wants to say over here. The essayist Sir Arthur Helps, he says, a renowned thinker and writer born in London 1813. Look, what his ideas are going to be discussed in the essay, but here we are merely focusing on who he was and where he was from and how he had been as an essayist. A think tank, great thinker of the time, and a strong sense of moral purpose. Look, the moral purpose becomes an important factor over here because the moral purpose, of course, deals with the main idea of the essay, which is about the art of living with others. Because to live and exist with others happily, in rhythm, with harmony, of course, this is the same idea which is reflected in the sense of moral purpose. It is about morality. That is what is about the living with others with harmony we are going to discuss in his essay. his language in essay. Look, when you think about the core part of the essay, what is the data in the essay, what are the objectives of the essay, what comes in the essay, the theme part, the core part. In the same way, you need to see the style also, how the style works, how he has written the essay, whether the essay is written in a proper way or which particular style he had implemented to write an essay. That is very important. So he had taken over here a combination of eloquence, clarity and precision. He uses a wide range of vocabulary including words. In this essay, he contains certain learning opportunities. He talks about how one can be with another, how one can be with the group, and that becomes an important factor to grow. How to grow together, that is an important factor. Cultivate respect, improve respect. Respect is an important factor, and that is what is discussed in his essay. Develop empathy, enhance communication skills, improve conflict resolution skills. How to remove conflict? Conflict is a very natural, integral part of the life. You can't see anyone's life without any conflict. From Shri Ramchandra ji till Shri Krishna, any human being, a common human being, a living person always at least finds a conflict in his life, in his lifespan. So here he says that how to develop that skill to tackle with the conflict. You can't remove the conflict, but you can tackle with the conflict. You can find the ways how to come out of that conflict. That is what is he said in the topic of improve conflict resolution skills. Develop self-control and patience. Patience is a very needy thing for any human being. When there is patience, everything is under control and you are composed, you are fully calm and you have control over almost whole situation, every particular thing. That's why patience is very much important in the success of the character as well as to become successful in life also. Appreciate forgiveness. If you forgive, you will naturally grow more. You will become further more happy. You will be more, you will be growing more. That is what he means to say. That's why forgiveness is an important factor in the character and in the personality of a successful human being, of a confident human being. That's why he puts stress on how to appreciate forgiveness. Look, all these are very philosophical, kind of a very smooth, idealistic ideology in front of you. You think that they are big idealistic words: developing empathy, enhancing communication skills, improving conflict resolution skill, developing self-control and patience. Of course, these are ideological views in front of you. These are the ideas of idealism, the big words, but they are the core part of how to exist together in groups, how to exist together silently, happily and with harmony in a group or in community, because community living is the essential need of today's lifestyle, today's world. If you want to grow, if you grow together, then only you will grow together, then only you will grow. Because when you alone you try to do any effort, you will not succeed. There are many other people who wants to push you, who wants to put you furthermore, and then only you will be in a condition to grow. That's what he means to say over here. This is the last point of his essay, the recognition of the art of living with others. How to recognize the art of living with others. Then these are the themes which are discussed in his essay. Practice open-mindedness, respect others' autonomy, build meaningful relationships. And the themes which are mentioned over here in his essay are themes of the essay on the art of living with others: empathy and understanding, communication, conflict resolution, morality and ethics, human nature, society and culture. These are very much necessary when you think about how to live together as a group, as a united person. Now, one by one, we are going to discuss almost all the themes. You can see over here, these are 3 to 6 themes over here, and once they are discussed, we will end up the session of our essay of Arthur Helps. Empathy and understanding. Empathy deals with humanitarian attitude towards others. Look, empathy becomes a very necessary part of the character of the personality, because it is dealing with humanitarian attitude. If you are happy with yourself, it's okay, you are happy with yourself. But what about others' existence? Do you accept others' smartness, others' efficiency? If another person is superior than you, are you going to accept his personality? Or if someone is inferior than you, are you going to accept him in a friendly way? This becomes a very important thing when you think about empathy dealing with the humanitarian attitude. That's why he has explained over here, Sir Arthur Helps has explained that put yourself in other situation and you will understand what is the meaning of empathy. If you want to understand the meaning of empathy, you have to put yourself in someone's shoes. You have to put yourself in his situation or in her situation, and then you try to feel and understand what you exactly are going to do in this situation. That is what is the actual reflection of empathy and understanding of empathy. That is the example he has given. Then cultivate respect. Develop respect, how to treat others with dignity, consideration and status in society. If a person is superior than you, how you behave with him or her in a respectful manner. And if a person is inferior than you, then also how lovingly or how friendly or with which particular politeness you are going to deal with him or you are going to talk with him becomes very much important. That is what is the main idea behind the following the dignity of others as well as ourselves. If you follow and if you see others' dignity, then your own dignity, your own respect would by default it would be saved. You will get the respect from others. Then the third part, that is enhancing communication skills. One has to learn how to express ourselves clearly and listen actively to others and to remove misunderstandings and conflicts. If you are a communication skill expert, if you are a better communicator, an effective communicative speaker, then you will be in a condition to control the situations. You can remove the misunderstandings, you can remove the conflicts, and you may impress or you may be in a condition to immune the whole audience also if you are an effective communicator. That's why you need to acquire the enhanced communication skills in your day-to-day speech and language even. Improving conflict resolution skills. Look, how to remove the conflict that could not be done. A person is a common human being and he or she is not be in a condition to remove the total conflict from the society or from his or her life, but he or she can do one thing. They can tackle with the conflict, they can do remedial work with the conflict, they can at least bear the conflict, they can resist the conflict, they can sustain the conflict, they can have the habit how to deal with the conflict in a positive way. Those things could be done as per Sir Arthur Helps has said. Then there is an idea of learn how to find common ground and make concessions and resolve conflict and maintain harmonious relationships. Look, here this is the same thing which I have been telling you, that resolve the conflict, try to solve the problem and maintain the harmony in the relationship. How you can solve? You can do one thing, you can let go of things, you can forget certain things, and you have to forgive the people, those who have done the mistakes, those who have done wrong to you even, or those who have sensitively touched your emotional conscious or your subconscious or your tantrum. You have to bear that thing and you have to forgive those people. Then and only it will be done. Develop self-control and patience. Look, patience is a very important factor in the success of a person, in the confidence building of a human being. That is why he has put more emphasis on patience other than self-control. Self-control, of course, self-control is important, but it is secondary. When you have patience, naturally you will gain self-control. You know what to do, you know what are the things that could be forbidden. You are in a condition to control the whole situation if you have the patience of mind, if you have the patience in your day-to-day works. If you are a very serene person, very calm and composed person, you will be handling the situations very swiftly, smartly, and with confidence even. How to deal with difficult people or situations and how to regulate with emotions and behavior. How you regulate yourself with emotion as well as behavior becomes very much important. Then there are three things. Recognize the art of living with others. How a person lives with others, how a person deals with others, how a person is with others. That should be practiced. Patience is important as well as the ongoing efforts of living with others. That is important. Practice open-mindedness to become non-judgmental and understand their point of view. Look, when you are dealing with many more people, when you are in a professional field, or when you are in the in the group of people with many people, you are connected with hundreds, several people, plenty of people in a day-to-day, everyday life, then you need to see that whether are you becoming judgmental? Do you see the good part in him, or you are always critical and trying to find the faults in their works and trying to talk the negative things of the person or group of people surrounding you? You must see that you are a positive person. You do not speak anything. You are non-judgmental. You can try to ignore the negative sides of the person. You can try to ignore the shortcomings of the people, and still you are very positively working and doing the things in a very well way, and you have been becoming very much efficient even. Then only it is the thing which is said over here. Then only to become non-judgmental and understand the point of view of the people would be succeeded. Then this is the last part, respect others' autonomy, independence, space, ideas and thoughts. Look, here it is clearly said others' autonomy in the sense someone else's space, someone else's ideas, someone else's mindset, his ideology, her ideology, his concept, her concept, their thoughts, their ideas, they must be respected. As for example, if a person believes that maths is more powerful and science is little bit very difficult, but apart from this, the study of humanities is the very important factor. It is his personal ideas. You should respect his ideas. You must say that of course it is your ideology, it could be true, I believe in these things, but you can't insult another person, or you can't say that your ideas are not true, your ideas are inconvenient, they are petty, they are very petty, or they are very trivial. That you can't say. Here it is said that independence, others' ideas, others' space, others' thoughts, as well as respect others' autonomy. others' personal space. It becomes very much important when you are in a professional field, when you are in a working field, when you are growing together in group with community people. When you are in community living, then you need to follow all these things. That is what is the idea of Sir Arthur Helps, the essayist who has given the essay on the art of living with others. So here we end up the session over here. The whole unit 8 is clear. So we are on the verge of finishing the session over here, ENGM 308, the essay of the study of essay and the essay of Sir Arthur Helps. Goodbye and God bless you.
स्वाध्यायः परमं तप